Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we're going to be giving you a full read-through and giving you my honest reactions and thoughts on the latest update for 1.0.29, titled Starward Sailors. Here we go. Patch is going to release in 3 days on the 24th, which is a little shorter than usual. I like to believe they aim for a week, so that way you have enough time to give feedback, and then if any modifications may or may not be made, but it isn't the first time that we've had it within a week or less. Okay, diving right in. Highlights. And as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up. There we go. Thanks. Okay. Roots of War League. Ooh. Begins mid-August. So that's next month. Or in about a month. Okay. Depending on whether the realm has entered Season of Strife by the time the league begins, all realms will be entered into one of two conferences. The Strife Conference or the Newcomer Conference. Okay. The Strife Conference will be further subdivided into Strife Conference Legendary and Epic as the league progresses. Conferences compete independently of each other, with each conference producing its own league champion. Now, I personally, at least one of the ways I'd like to see the league ran would almost be kind of like how they do the Premier League, and right with the promotion and relegation. Like if you're going to have subdivisions and you're going to have like different tiers, to me, I think that would be pretty cool if you had like the top league was the top 20 teams, and then the number 2 league was, and I'm not saying like the top 20, just whoever is in there, they would be the top 20 teams. And then League 2 or whatever, or in this case, the Epic League, right, would be 21 through 40. So maybe you'd have like 20 teams in each, or however they would figure that out. But that could be cool if they opted for something like that. Now, obviously, this is probably just the starting phase for it. With having Legendary and Epic, we'll have to see exactly what that means. I kind of figure it could be something like that, or maybe just, like the people who have the best records. Maybe it could be people over a certain power threshold based on what their registered power is going to be. We'll have to wait and see. Now, the Strife Conference basically to me seems like, okay, anyone who's in Season of Strife and beyond, and then anyone who's in Season 1, 2, or 3 would be in the Newcomer Conference. Now, the important thing for me here in the Roots of War League, there's a couple things that I really hope they take away. Number one, they need to allow for some form of betting to be done. I really liked this concept from Rock where you could bet on matches. Now, whether they want to come up with their own unique ROW currency or league currency that you can use to bet, or if you can bet resources, right? Mana, gems, etc., or anything else, right? Maybe speed ups or whatever it would be. I think that would be cool. Number two, there needs to be a spectating platform. And they don't again, if you don't want to put a lot of stress on the system, you don't have to do it live. Obviously, that would be the idea, is to eventually work it up to that, right? With a delay, of course. But being able to, even if it's just starting out and saying, okay, look, we'll put up like the top matches, or maybe we'll do like one highlighted match per a time slot session each weekend, right? Or whenever it's being ran. And even if it's just like you could watch the VOD after. Having stuff public needs to happen. There needs to be some kind of a spectating thing, either spectating or watching VODs. If it starts off with VODs, then eventually it gets to like delayed spectating, that's fine. But we need to have something to that effect. Number 3 is that for me, in Road League, I hope that they limit the amount of time slots that can be registered for. This has always been a crux for Roots of War at the moment, and why you see, and you've heard me talk about this often, where if you want to be able to have the most fair and balanced matchups, you need to reduce the amount of slots, so that way you have a higher percentage chance of having more teams registering for the same time slots, because you have less rather than more. This concept we've already seen become very successful on the KVK timelines. So when you look at the Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3 groups, the majority of kingdoms are moving to Gen 2. And what are we seeing from that? More fair and balanced matchups. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's all we really need. So those things, and then maybe if I had to add a fourth in here, I would say something like have maybe like some spectating features, or like some content creator, like commentating casting features would maybe be cool. It's kind of like something to add in eventually, because I can tell you, I would love to cover Row if it was just easier to watch matches outside of me having to then go into a kingdom, reach out to the alliance, ask if I can have my scout go in, and then on top of that, right, still have to be available for that day and time to cover it. It would just be easier if I could just pull up a VOD at any time that is convenient for me, cast the match, commentate, and then post it, right? And again, I understand that's probably the lowest on the totem pole, which is why I set it fourth. Okay, let's go. And then again, is there anything you guys would like to see them do for ROW League? Let me know in the comments. Number 2, here we go. New heroes, artifacts, and Warpet. So we get the infantries, right? Added the legendary hero Kuma. Okay, cool. Infantry PvP support available from Lucky Spin Wheel of Destiny. Okay. Added the legendary hero Lei Quan. Infantry Rally Tank. Okay. Available from Wheel of Destiny and Strongest Lord. All right. New artifacts. Serpent's Edge. Infantry PvP tank. Available from the Forge of Light and Riches of the Forest event. And then we get, of course, the Warpet accompaniment, which is Mossrock Aurochs. Infantry Fighter Tank can now be caught in the field. Okay. Awesome. So there we go. Infantry heroes are out. People are hopefully excited. Number 3, new events. Pirate. Oh, see, that's why it's called Starward Sailors. We get the first pirate Jack Sparrow reference. Okay, Pirate Party event series. The coral has eaten away at our treasure maps. The depths may allow swallow of pirate's very name. Okay. I like how they're committing to a little bit of the theme here. You are invited to celebrate by the light of the moon. In the Pirate Party event series, you can win the Golden Helm avatar frame and nameplate, Octopodium city decoration, and a host of other theme rewards. Okay. 3.2, Astral Agreement limited time cosmetics event. The Astral Tides have awoken. The pack must be honored. New cosmetics await you. Okay. And now let's get to some of the important stuff here, right? So, no offense to the event. Season system improvements. All right. Improved merit store. Removed tier distinctions in the merit store. After the update, the quality and quantity of all items in the merit store will be the same as the pre-update premium merit store. Okay, so they're just removing the tier distinctions and making just everything available. So I guess wouldn't that be easier though if you're not having different tiers? So I guess maybe it's a small win. I'd probably have to go look at the merit store again. It's been a minute. After season 1 begins, the merit store will no longer close and will instead remain open at the end of the season. To be fair, why not just have the merit store open forever? How about them apples? And I'm curious if people feel that way. To me, why not just leave the merit store open all the time? I mean, I get it that you're probably going to have maybe, 2-3 weeks off season in between KVKs. But what about the people who have just acquired so many merits that they would still be able to use those merits in the merit store during the off season, right? Because of refreshes. So again, I'm curious what you guys think on that. To me, I don't see a problem with it. Then they just have to just keep this, make sure they just do a fresh reset on it when the season starts. Okay. The number of merits retained in the merit store at each weekly reset has been increased from 100,000 to 300,000. Okay. That actually seems nice. So you're able to use them later and longer. Each weekly reset has been increased. Okay. I mean, I don't get it. Why not just retain everything you have? Okay, I'm sure there's maybe there's a good reason for that. Because I'm just thinking in my head, the way I would view it is like, okay, if I'm out there fighting, I'm accumulating all these merits, and even if I have more than that, right afterwards, why not just have however much? Like if I have like 1 million merits left at the end of the season or before each weekly reset, am I not just able to keep those? Again, maybe I'm reading into that one wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys think on that. You can now enter the merit store via Alliance store or season interfaces to purchase items. Okay, so a little bit more quality of life if that's easier to access. After the update, the merit store will be automatically refreshed, so please purchase whatever items you may need in advance. Okay, well that's nice, kind of giving you like a little free reset there. Alliance point scoring rule changes. Interesting. In Season 2 and beyond, the Alliance Storehouse will gain 40,000 Alliance points every hour until it reaches 1,000,000 points. Okay. So that's, what, 20 hours, right? 5 would be 200,000. Yeah. And then 5 times 4. No. It's 5 times 5. So 25 hours, if that's right. Yeah. So a day and an hour until you reach 1,000,000 points, which would be, okay, a full up, or a top up, if you will. Okay, here we go. Season migration. Always a hot topic. Reduced migration quota. We know this was happening. The migration quota has been reduced from 60 to 45 days. In addition, if a player's realm is entering its first or second playthrough, we know this, they can only migrate to a server newer than their own once. Please make your migration plans accordingly. So basically, they can go in there. You just can't go into the first or the second, right? Okay, reduced migration costs. Migration permit costs will be significantly reduced for players with high power. We again, they already stated this as well. Players who have migrated or discharged other players from a realm within the past year. We know this because basically, if you're over 100 million power, they're reducing your permit, the amount of permits you need, in half. Players who have migrated, discharged other players from a realm within the past year will have the difference in migration permits refunded. That's nice, because I think some people are really excited about that. Please note that if you obtain migration permits via discharge and have already successfully migrated, the difference in migration permits will not be refunded to you. Okay, sure. The maximum number of migration permits in the Alliance store will be increased. Again, that's nice. And the Alliance point cost of migration permits in the Alliance store will be reduced. I mean, this to me seems like a great thing, but they still need to change it to where you need to be able to purchase more than just one a week. Players who have purchased migration permits from the Alliance store within the past year will have the difference in Alliance points refunded. Season of Strife migration start date changed. After this update, season migration will start 14 days after entering a new season for realms in Season of Strife, entering a new season map. So once the KVK starts 2 weeks after, migration will open. That'll be the start. Okay. Realms that started Season of Strife before the update are not affected. Okay. Because, oh yeah. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, right? Because it would just open for them after the once the window comes. Okay. Season rewards removal reminder. After migrating, unclaimed conquest achievement and season companion rewards will be removed. Please make sure you claim all rewards in good time before migrating. Another reminder will be sent when the time comes. Okay, that's nice. Again, I think overall, these are good migration changes and people are really excited about these. Could they do a little bit more? Sure. But I think this is a good step in the right direction. Okay, improved Brink of War. Realm buff rewards. Realm buff rewards have been improved for realms who reach rank 4 or 5 in Brink of War event. The realm that reaches rank 4 will receive the 3 bonus to Legion March speed, which, is interesting because this was CP before. And then the realm that reaches rank 5 will receive a 3% bonus to command point. Yeah, rewards will not be affected. Oh, so they just swapped them. Because before it was CP and then LMS. But I think people are valuing the March speed more. So I wonder if that's why they moved it to number 4. Okay. I think this is a good change. Rewards will not be affected in realms that have already started the event before the update. Yeah, no, we get it. Improved seclusion and discharge display. Seclusion and discharge are now better displayed on the realm migration score interface. Seclusion, if you do not log in for a period of time, your city will be automatically hidden from the world map. Okay. I just wish that they were specific with that. Because before they said that if you've been off for 30 days, your account disappears from the map. We know that is not true because a number of people have reported that there are still cities on the map and it's more like a 90-day maximum. I just wish they were transparent with that and they said, these are the factors and here are some examples from cities, even if it's like, okay, here's the account, here's the power, here's when they stop playing, this is their city hall level, whatever, this is when they would be removed from the map if they do not log in for this amount of time. And then give a couple examples of different ones. I just wish that was more clear. It's unfortunate that it's not, because that's something that would really help out kingdoms and kingdom management staff specifically, which are the people that you don't want to have burnout because that leads to, again, negative player retention and can affect your game overall. If a player is offline for over 30 days, a seclusion timer will be displayed. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's pretty cool. So they'll tell you that. Okay, that's not. I actually think that's a nice change. Discharged players who have been discharged from a realm will be displayed as discharged. Oh, that's nice. Again, I like these little quality of life things that just help the management side out on the logistical end. This is great. But again, I wish they would do a little more. Okay, Season of Strife, Season 5 improvements, which is where we are now, right? SOS 5. At least for those of us that are in winter of the last snows. Okay, sorry, War of the Last Snows. Did I say Winter of the Last Snows? Okay. One new camp achievement has been added to SOS 5. Camps who occupy the Frost Dragon lair by the time of the season's summary will receive additional rewards. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Changed the opening time for runic ancestor statues in SOS 5. They originally opened at 12 hours after the end of the August Zone Chapter Golden. They now open at midnight UTC the next day following the end of the chapter. Okay, I actually think that that is a nice change. And I say that because if that lines up with the cooldown timer, which to be fair, I still don't understand why the cooldown timer, why the non-aggression cooldown timer is there. Keep in mind, the reason they originally added this, so like when you start a KVK season now, I think it's like 2 days or so that you have where you can't fight anyone. The whole reason they added this for us OGs, or for the OGs out there who remember, and I'll give you a short story time, is because back when you were able to resurge players in Zone 1 of a KVK map, and back when you could have different alliances from different kingdoms within a Zone 1, and on top of that, you could basically fight it out and get your war on in Zone 1 against your opponents. You could jump people. You could jump people by going in to their Zone 1 and just steamrolling them. This was mainly put in place for that. It was to avoid any unnecessary PvP in Zone 1, because what was happening? In some KVKs, people were getting just, again, blasted. They were getting rallied and up the wazoo. There was a lot of fighting, and people just didn't want to sit there and have all this PvP being done on them in Zone 1. They would have rather waited for the zones to open. And then, of course, you had a few instances of people who really wanted to battle it out in Zone 1, and then they were just fine with resurging and moving. But obviously, there was a cost that you had to pay when you resurged. So they eventually just added this in as a way to have a little bit of a cooldown and a prep time before any war started. So no one was really kind of at an early advantage, if you will. That was kind of one of the main reasons on why it was added. But now with a lot of the changes to how the zones are, I just don't think that there's any need to have the non-aggression cooldown timer in the game. I'd love to hear what you guys think on that. I don't see any benefit of it at the moment. Okay, the next. Added the new Statue Conqueror event, which begins when Runic Ancestor Statue opens and allows players to receive rewards by gaining merits. Okay, nice! Dude, there we go. The above changes only apply to SOS 5. Other seasons, dude, they should apply this season-wide, or at least SOS season-wide. These are some nice changes. Okay. Combat system improvements. New auto-switch target feature. When this feature is enabled, your Legion will automatically attack other targets within range. Oh my God, dude, worse change. Oh my God, how dare you? It's like they're just taking all the skill out of the game. They just don't care about true skill. Micro is done. This is awful. Do I have to finish reading this? Oh my gosh. This is a disconnect feature. Gosh, okay. Within range, when its originally target is defeated or disappears, this feature is suitable for all Legion types. So, listen, most of you know, my whole thing that I've always really enjoyed about the game is a few things. But when it comes to open field, real-time open field movement, my thing is you need to be on, you need to be active, and you need to be paying attention to what the hell you're doing. And that means that you need to be able to micro your units, to click on your unit, select who you want to attack, and then click on your unit and select who you're going to attack next, right? That's how I want to see it done. I do not like the fact that units automatically attack other units just because you're being attacked. My whole thing is like, if you really want to see more true skill and have a more competitive environment in PvP, you need to make it to where units don't just automatically start attacking other units because they're getting attacked. You need to be able to select your unit and then select who you want to attack. That needs to be the gold standard. All these automatic things and the fact that you're going to, no. I'm sorry. That to me is this is like such a bad change. And again, I don't know the last time I really came out and was just so against something. The game, to me, it does feel like it is becoming more automated in areas that do not need more automation. They need more manual focus. And so, yeah, I again, personally, I think that this is such a disconnect change. I think that this is not going to be received well, and I'm not for it. I think this is just going to water down, handicap, and dumb down the game even more, or I should say more than some of the direction that it has been going in some areas that has been watering things down. So yeah, no, absolutely not a fan of this. Cavalry skill unyielding rush improvements. Improved cavalry unit skill unyielding rush. When unyielding rush is interrupted because the target has been defeated or disappeared, its cooldown will be immediately reset. Oh, interesting. Wow. So you could potentially like chain this from like getting quick defeats, so to speak, or like if you work with others and then the cav comes in, procs, and then you can proc again. Interesting. Okay. I feel like that's a pretty good change, right? Some of the cav people will have to let me know, but I feel like that could maybe be abused and manipulated a bit. Hero skill improvements. To improve improve balance, and provide a better combat experience, the following hero skills have been adjusted. Farandril, Theodore, Goresh, Tohar, Thunderland. C 1.9 hero skill changes announced for information. Okay, so that's probably a little bit lower here, huh? Okay, Alliance system improvements. Army group feature improvements. The Army groups and Reserve Legion features, where am I right now, will be enabled in Season 2 and beyond for servers in SOS 2 or SOS 3 when the feature comes online. This change will take effect when the season ends. Okay. I think people, for the most part, were positively receptive to Army groups. So they're just like allowing Creed access a little bit earlier in some of the early seasons. Okay. Alliance membership improvements. While keeping Alliance membership capped at 200, we have made a number of improvements to the Alliance membership to standardize rules across old and new servers. Changes are as follows. Alliance buildings. Alliance core fortresses now increase the membership limit by 20, up from 10. Okay, that's dope. Alliance towers now increase the membership limit by 1 for every 20 towers. Previously 1 for every 5. Oh dear Lord. This feels like a debuff, a nerf to me, huh? Alliance tech. Divine Covenant now increases membership limit by, oh, I see. So like they just want more tech to be the focus and just not really as much on towers. Okay. Divine Covenant 1 increases limit by 15, previously 10. Okay, nice. Divine Covenant 2 increases limit by 40. Wow, previously 10. And then increases limit by 40. Okay, so wow, massive into research then is kind of where they're going. In order to encourage Alliance tech development, Alliance tech can now provide a membership limit increase of up to 95 players. Okay. I guess. As long as you have really good activity and you want more of the focus to be on that rather than like, okay, let's spam a bunch of towers. Like if you don't want towers to be the end all be all in membership, what you could also do is just remove the fact that towers increase membership and have them just serve their own purpose, or maybe do something else for them instead of a membership increase. Maybe it does another thing. Okay. Behemoths, Giant Bear, membership limit increase removed. Yeah, don't do membership limits for behemoths, do other things. Hydra, membership limit increase reduced 3 to 1, and then Dire Bear, Necro, and Magma, so all reduced from their values to 1. Okay. Improved, but I would do something else with it maybe, right? Improved alliance recommendations. The alliance recommendation logic for Season 2 and beyond has been improved after your server enters the pre-war phase for Season 2. Alliances on the alliances will be recommended to you based primarily on their alliance power in order to allow players in the same realm to switch alliances whenever they please. Okay. Improved priority list. Alliance priority list feature has been improved and can now hold a maximum of 200 plus. This is what people were asking for too as well, right? It's like, just make it so you can have up to the 200 players, right? If you're in a kingdom that's just a single alliance, or you have 200 active or a little bit less than 200 active, just improve it to that. I think this is a really good change, and people will be able to have a lot more fluid movement between alliances now. Okay, personal development improvements. Dude, this is a massive update. Oh my gosh, we're almost 25 minutes in, geez. Okay, new exemplars includes Breath of the Forest, Blood Blade Banner, Sorlin's Blade, Ancient Tree Root, Staff of the Prophet, excuse me, Dragon Rib, Visage of the Sanctus, Deathless Vines, Veilless Bowl, Terror of Arbin, Iron Tusk, and Linaris. Okay, so they're adding in new exemplars. Okay, sure, why not? I mean, we kind of figured that was going to go. Pay to win, enjoy. The Reliquary will become available upon reaching City Hall level 16. When you acquire legendary or epic city themes, you can store them in your Reliquary. Oh yeah, this is where you can stack them. I'm absolutely not a fan of this. I think this is a bad change, and all it's doing is just widening the gap that much more between pay to win and free to play. You can store them again, right? With the exception of what I stated before, is like unless free to play is able to acquire every single city theme through free to play means, it doesn't mean they're going to be able to acquire them as fast as pay to win, of course. But if you are not allowing for every one of these to be accessible through a free to play measure, then this is absolutely a no-no. And to my knowledge, I don't believe that they are. Allowing you to enjoy multiple buffs at the same time. Please note that buffs on city themes in the Reliquary may differ from city themes. Yeah, this is an awful change. And I'll consistently say that. Yeah, it feels like another disconnected change right now that's just going to widen the community, and it's just going to create more unrest. More treaty, sentinel arrows, and research and building tools. These are great changes, right? We know this because they talked about this in the Hot Topics one, Q&A. Adjust the probability that Darklings will drop sentinel arrows after each defeat, as well as the quantity of sentinel arrows dropped. Great. Higher level Darklings are guaranteed to drop sentinel arrows. Lovely. Added treaties and sentinel arrows to Honorary Member Store, where they can be purchased using resources. Fantastic. Added research speedups and building speedups to Titan's Legacy rewards. Changes will take effect in new Titan's Legacy events that start after the update. Great. Added sentinel arrows, research speed up, building speed up to season achievement rewards. Changes will take effect for season 2 playthroughs that begin after the date, season 3 after the date, and season of Strife playthroughs after the date. Added sentinel arrows, research speed up, building speed up to rewards for certain events. Also added sentinel arrows to Brink of War rewards. Changes will take effect in the events after the start of the update. Okay, lovely. This has been something, and we'll have to see what the numbers are, because this would be the second time, if I recall, that they have made some improvements to this. But this seems to be the biggest one so far, and the one that a lot of people have been asking for a while. So again, I'm really happy for that. Okay, more regeneration potions. Added regeneration potions to daily quest chest, Titan's Legacy rewards, Merit Store, Honorary Membership Store, Monthly Pack, and Gem Market. Changes to Titan's Legacy will take effect in the new Titan's Legacy events that start. Okay, this is great. I think people have been asking for more regen potions, at least from some of the feedback I've seen. So this seems like a W. Mana Stone Hunter artifact cooldown reduced. After the update, the skill cooldown of the artifact Mana Stone Hunter will be reduced to 20 hours. Okay. I have to go read what that does again because I forgot. I'm just going to be honest. You guys will have to let me know if that's a good change. 8.1 Artifact Event Experience Improvements. Improved Season Artifact Compendium Price Pool. Oh, thank Buddha. Let's see what they have here for us. Improve the price. Oh, they did talk about this, I think. Improve the price pool Season of Strife, Season Artifact Compendium. You can now select a number of artifacts to enter the compendium depending on your season grade. 6 for Anointed, 4 for Conquer, 2 for Enduring. This change will take effect in the new season. Okay, so I mean, listen, I'll say this. If it works out where they're going to let you select any legendary artifact and to be in your compendium for a chance to get them, great. I imagine that others might be in there too as well, so it's not just going to be like, oh, these are the only 2, but like these are ones that you can add to it. Now, I would love if they made it to where either if you've maxed an artifact already, that gets removed from the list, or if you like have to select a set number of artifacts, right? And then it just gives you a chance to like, you know, remove 1 or remove 2, or let's say you need to have 1 or 2 in there, but it still increases the chances because the majority of them are new ones or ones you haven't maxed yet. Something to that effect, I think would be a better change. But again, this seems like at least a very small step in the right direction. Okay, Riches of the Forest draw guarantee change. Legendary artifacts are now guaranteed with 80 draws, previously 90. Okay, small change, but better. The change will take effect. The new Riches of the Forest event starts on the 25th. Improved Forge of Light wish mechanism. If you were unable to obtain the artifact you wished for during the event, the number of draws you made that granted legendary artifacts you did not wish for will be retained and carry over to the next event. Okay, that doesn't seem bad. This change will take effect for the new Forge of Light events that start after the update. So you'll be able to carry over number of draws you made that granted legendary you did not wish for. Okay, I see. So you're going to be able to carry over some of those wishes or the guarantees over to the next event, so you just don't lose out on some of those chances. Okay, I think that's a good change. Improved Exemplar Wish feature, improved unlock conditions for the Exemplar Wish feature. Previously, you had to draw a certain number of artifacts in Forge of Light to unlock the feature. Now, artifact draws in Rich of the Forest are also added to the draw count. Okay, so they're basically helping everyone get there a little bit faster. Okay, I mean, I don't know how much more that's going to do for you, but at least that's a small win. After the update, your previous draws in Riches of the Forest will be automatically added to the draw count. The Exemplar Wish feature will be unlocked based on the sum of draw counts for both events. Okay. I mean, it's nice that at least they're doing something there. I'm sure most people would probably still rather have the number be lower because it's a big number. Improved Tournament of Champions experience. Reduced the point requirements for Gold, Diamond, and Legendary classes in Tournament of Champions. Changes are as follows. Gold, 1700, previously 1750. Gold 2, 18, previously 19. Gold 3, 1900, previously 2050. Diamond, you guys can read, right? Okay, let's just do the most important ones, right, which would be Legendary. So we have 2200, previously 2500. Oh, so it's all 2200 and all previously 2500. Okay. We're almost at the end. Roots of War improvements. Increase personal rewards for members of alliances. What do I have here? Am I still good? Okay, good. Increase personal rewards for members of alliances that receive a buy in Roots of War. They will now receive tier 1 rewards, 10,001 plus player points instead of tier 3 victory rewards, 3,000. Oh, that's nice. So you're just getting some more rewards on it if you have a buy. Okay. Seems like a W. Testing preview. In order to improve gaming experience, we will shortly begin testing monthly pack perks. The test will include, oh boy, standard monthly pack perks, unlock auto peacekeeping, 1 Legion, and 1 Legion queue slot ahead of time. Advanced monthly perks, pack perks, unlock second research queue slot ahead of time, and auto alliance help. After testing ends, we will make these improvements available to all players based on the results of the test. Now, we touched on this before. This does not mean that these are the only ways to unlock them, right? If you recall, when we talked about this, I did make an updated correction video, which is that you can still gain them through normal means. This just allows for you to get them earlier. And then if you already have them unlocked, this will add on to it, right? So you have an additional Legion queue slot. So, right, you would go, I believe, from 5 to 6. And then on the research, you would have 3 research queues as well. And then also potentially 3 building queues, right? Because there's also that other thing that's not related to monthly packs that you can get. Escort Clash improvements. Added the Alliance Escort Cart event to the Escort Clash event. The event will be rolled out to players on certain servers first. After testing ends, we'll make the event. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Other improvements. Ooh, my favorite. You guys know I love the other improvement section. Improved cosmetic system. Add a new cosmetics relocation effect, multi-battle UI theme, report card, chat theme, and chat bubble. Dynamic avatar frames have also been added to the avatar frame system. Okay. A new queue management feature. In order to make building, training, and scouting more convenient, we have added a new queue management tab on the left-hand side of the main screen. It is unlocked at City Hall level 6. Okay, nice. I'm all for quality of life. Achievement system updates. 11 new achievements have been added. They include achievements for time spent taking part in Alliance construction, merits gained in Battle Abyss, merits gained through army groups, classes reached in Tournament of Champions, and Alliance Blessings chest levels reached. Data collection for these achievements will begin when the update comes online. Improve new season achievement quest, reducing the number of occupied villages required. Oh, that's nice. Just, lessening the burden for us muggles. Resource points removed faster. Increase the speed at which resource points are removed from the map. Resource points that have been gathered from will be removed more quickly and will no longer be displayed on the map. Okay, that's nice. So we get more full resource tiles refresh faster. I think that seems like a nice W. Full display in top right minimap. Improved display for the continent map. After the update, the minimap in the top right corner of the tactical map layer will display the continent in full, allowing you to get the lay of the land more quickly. I actually think that's nice. I also would love if I could zoom out further. Just going to throw that out there. If I could zoom out, so 2 things. If I could zoom out further on the map to see the entire continent would be lovely. Number 2, if I could zoom out, if I could do 2 or 3 more zoom outs, but I could still see the PvP combat, that'd be great. Improved chat system. Improve the chat interface. When the sidebars collapse, it will display icons for each group chat, allowing you to switch easily between group chats at any time. Okay. Improved Alliance notice notifications. Alliance messages and activity notifications have been improved. When you receive mail from an Alliance leader or officer, or an Alliance member launches a rally, the related feature button will display a dynamic notification. Okay. Improved artifact draw animation. Every day after drawing 10x10 5 times, that's 50. While trying artifacts previously 8 times, you can choose to skip animations. You can also toggle whether to skip all draw animations by default from the settings menu. Yeah, sure. And then 9.9, monthly special bundle improvements. The monthly special bundle has been improved. Changes will take effect on the 1st of August. Okay, that's it. Be sure to give update. Be sure to give feedback because you can get rewards from this as well and what you guys think about this. I'll probably do that in a later video as long as I remember. I will say this. The update is mostly a W. There are a few things that I just think absolutely do not need to be added into the game, and I think that they are bad additions. Again, those are my thoughts. But again, overall, the update I think holistically is good. There are a lot of positive changes. Some pieces we don't have enough information on, and I hope that they do more in some areas that they have not stated yet on whether some of those additional features, like some of the things we talked about in the very beginning for ROW League, can happen or may happen, and I will say hopefully happen. Let me know what you guys think on this in the comments below. That is it for me. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.